He honoro e kia koe te rongorawa. Ko koe ngā whakamoemiti whakawhetai I o mātai ki roto I menui o tātai. Tēnei manaakitanga I o mātai I roto I tēnei ahuatanga o te maramatanga. Mō tēnei o tātou kaupapa, Kupe Me Te Wheke. Pātaki na te kawa, ko te kawa nui, ko te kawa roa, ko te kawa āhua mai no tiki o te rangipū, ko te wero, ko te rito, ko te pū ki ngā, ko te wānanga, ko te taurā, ko te tau ira. Tēnei te akutuku, te akurangi, mo te aroaro I o mātua. Ua ia te takataka ia ua nuku ua rangi. Tēnei ki runga I te atua. Tēnei ki runga I te tāwhito. Tēnei ki runga I te tupua. Tēnei ki runga I te whaiau marama. Tāwira tū I te rangi. Uhi, wero, tau mai te mauri. Whānau, hara mai te toki. Hui taiki. Kupe and the Giant Wheke. There are many variations of this story, Kupe and the Giant Wheke, told throughout New Zealand, Aotearoa. As each hapu tribe has their own way of telling the story, this is how I told the story to my children, so we hope you enjoy our version. Long ago on an island named Hawaii, a tohunga, Māori medicine magic man, was banished from his village for his ill doings to his hapu tribe. His name was Muturangi. He lived on the far side of the island. He was not happy that his hapu tribe had sent him to solitude. He wanted revenge. One beautiful day, Muturangi decided to go down to the rock pools in search of some shellfish for his dinner. While he was searching around the rocks, he came across a little wheke, octopus. Muturangi thought to himself, if I use my magic powers, I can train this little wheke, octopus, to seek revenge upon the people for putting me into solitude. Muturangi quickly used his magic powers on the little wheke. He cast a magic spell upon the little wheke so that he could make him grow fast and control him. Muturangi was evil and he wanted his revenge. Muturangi spent months down at the rock pools, training his pet wheke. He taught his new pet to go and search for fish. The two had an abundance of fish to live on. Muturangi was still not happy, for he wanted more fish and got very greedy. Muturangi decided to seek his revenge upon his hapu tribe, for his pet octopus had grown huge. Muturangi knew the season was perfect for fishing. The fish were running and they would be fat and sweet. Meanwhile, in the village, the men were preparing their waka canoes and fishing nets. The air was filled with laughter and happiness. The people were excited, for they could replenish their supply of fish before the winter storm set in. The villagers were ready to set off on their fishing trip. There was one more thing they had to do. They did spiritual karakia, prayers, to keep them safe, and also say they would return with an abundance of fish to feed the hapu tribes. The fishermen reached their favourite fishing grounds. The ocean was beautiful and calm. They cast their nets and settled in for the day. All of a sudden, the ocean turned rough. Their wakas were getting tossed around, and yet the ocean was so calm in the distance. The men quickly pulled their nets in. They were not happy at all, for their nets had been torn to shreds. There was not one fish caught. They were all startled. How could this be? And what on earth had happened? They quickly headed for home. On reaching the shore, they pulled all their nets out on the sand. They were ruined beyond repair. It would take them weeks to replace them. They thought to themselves, what are we going to do? We will find Kupe. He will help us. Upon finding Kupe, the men explained what had happened to them. Kupe decided he would go and investigate for himself. Kupe got his waka ready to set out in the morning. He thought to himself, I must take my tefa long-handled weapon with me. Kupe is a great warrior, built with the strength of 10 men. Now that Kupe had his waka all ready, he did karakia, spiritual prayers, for his safe return. The ocean was nice and calm. He kept thinking to himself, there is more to this, for this has never happened to the people before. Kupe set out for the fishing grounds. The ocean was still. He waited in anticipation, keeping alert to the changes in the currents of the ocean. All of a sudden, he noticed a huge dark shadow pass under his waka. Kupe kept still and just observed the situation. He thought to himself, I will definitely need every ounce of strength to fight this monster. All of a sudden, a huge tentacle came out of the water. The great chase began. Kupe chased the giant wheke across Te Moana Nui a Kiwa, the great ocean of Kiwa, the Pacific Ocean, until the wheke started to tire at Te Tau Ihu, the northern part of the South Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Kupe knew he had to defeat this giant wheke, even though it was not the octopus's fault, for Muturangi the magic man was evilly involved with his magic and greed for revenge, and yet it was from his own ill doings on his hapu that he was banished from the village. The great battle began. Kupe tossed the giant hui gourds into the water to distract the wheke. As the wheke went for the hui gourds, Kupe leapt into the air. With his tefa tefa, with one almighty blow, he split the wheke in half. Kupe did karakia, spiritual prayers for the wheke, so that he would descend back to Punga, god of ugly creatures. It is said that on the final blow, when Kupe defeated and killed the wheke, its eyes landed in other parts of Te Tau Ihu region of Aotearoa, New Zealand. They have turned into rocks. One of Wheke's eyes is next to Arapawa Island in the Toriri Channel. The other eye can be found at Ngawhatu, a small village at the back of Stoke. The full name of the valley is Ngawhatu o Te Wheke o Muturangi, the eyes of the octopus of Muturangi. Both rocks have been studied and neither are geologically compatible with their surroundings. Their composition is not natural to the area they reside in.